This week we've been talking about what happens after you're diagnosed with cancer. Today I want you to meet an incredible woman. I met Maria earlier this year when I visited with her at her home. She is a 47-year-old diagnosed with cancer of the esophagus, which has spread to her liver. Today she's stable. She's waiting for her next scan. In the meantime, she's got some big challenges, but she's found the help she needs in her community and from a service called Hospice Toronto. Here's our interview.
Mine is not an easy situation because my son Seth is 8 and he has autism and he needs to be watched 24/7.
Right.
So they had to search for somebody who had the skills to deal with Seth. Right. And they found me an angel.
Oh, really?
Oh, my goodness. We have a girl called Andrea who comes on Monday afternoons from 4 to 6 and I love her to death. To be honest with you, I'm jealous. I want her for myself. I want her to come and play with me.
Well, tell me what those 2 hours mean to you. I mean, once a week, 2 hours, and you love her that much.
I can count on it.
Yeah.
I can plan to do stuff. I can lie down. I can read. I can watch Oprah in peace if I want to.
Tell us about your daughter. How do you talk to your daughter about this? I mean, your daughter's 6 years old?
Yes. I find it's affected her more than anybody else in the household. She's a little bit clingier than she should be for a 6-year-old. She's very mature. She understands things. She knows how to read body language. When she sees me hunched over, she sees me in pain or I'm in a bad mood, she'll say, "Mummy, you crabby? Do you have pain?" And she's frightened a lot.
Yeah.
I'd say she's a nervous kitten. You know, she's a nervous little cat. But I think it's, in a strange way, it's added to her life. It's made her a better person because she's had to take care of me and she's had to take care of Seth, so she's very tuned into other people's feelings.
Yeah.
I really am proud of us. I'm proud of my little family and the fact that they've survived. You know, I think it'll make them better people in the end. But again, Seamus, I worry about the families out there who don't have the help and don't know about Hospice Toronto and don't know to ask for help. I think having the courage to ask for help will be the thing that in the end will save your life. Because I didn't save my life by myself, you know?
Yeah.
I'm alive because of other people, because of my husband, because of the doctors, because of the nurses, because of my neighbours, because of the teachers, because of the social workers, because of the people who loved me back to health.
Were they married in the video? And
now you talked about how the good days go.
Yeah.
How do the bad days go?
You mean when the demons drive me crazy and my brain keeps focusing on what happens if it comes back and what happens if I die and what happens to the children. I think every, how can I say, patient, not just cancer patients, but anybody who lives with a chronic illness, you worry about what ifs, what if it comes back. You let yourself focus on it for a period of time. Sometimes it's minutes, sometimes it's to half an hour or whatever, and then you kind of have to distract yourself because you go mad, you go crazy. But death, it's, for me anyway, I can't speak to anybody else's experience. It's not hard to die. You just have to close your eyes and give up. And sometimes when you're in terrible pain, it would be so much easier to just say, okay, I want to go home, I want to go asleep now. The hard part is living. Living for the people you love. Like living for my husband because I made a commitment to him and I made him a promise that I'd give him a life and you know, be his wife and raise his children with him. And my parents. And there are a lot of little people behind me in Ireland that are watching and here. I have a responsibility to the people that love me to try my damnedest to stay alive. You know? And I feel I can make that contribution willingly at this point in time. If the cancer comes back, well then it's a new day. We begin again. I don't really want to go through another round of chemotherapy, but I probably would to stay alive. You do what you have to do for your family. And I'm 47, I'm not ready to die yet. The devil can come back and shake me by the tail in 10 years, but till then he can get lost. I'm not ready to give in yet. I'll put up a good fight, I'll tell you. You know, I'll do my best to stick around for the children because they deserve a mother, you know?
Yeah.
And my son is needy And until I can teach him to take the bus by himself and pay his subway tokens and write his name and pack his own lunch and iron a shirt and love a bird or a cat or a fish or another man or woman, I don't really care who he falls in love with, just as long as he knows what love means and he knows how to function in the world. But I do worry about what will happen to the children when I'm gone, especially with having a special needs son. You know, but that's a normal concern for any parent, with or without cancer. You worry about what happens to your children when you're around or when you're not. I think some people don't know that they have the option to fight. They actually don't realise that it's not a done deal.
Yeah.
You don't have to die from cancer. You know, you don't have to just throw in the cards and give up.
Yeah.
It's up to you. The fight is down to you, but it sure helps when you've got people around you who believe in you and tell you on a regular basis that they love you and they support you, and mean it. Not just say the words, mean it. Do what it takes to support the person. Cook a little meal, take their kids if they have kids, let them rest is paramount when you're trying to recover from cancer.
Yeah.
The body needs rest. And you don't get too many opportunities like that unless you have a bunch of mothers like the mums at the school and Hospice Toronto and the other agencies who've jumped into the fray to kind of help me cope, and my husband.
Thank you for the tea.
You're welcome.
Good
You're
luck.
welcome. You're
Good
welcome.
luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Come back and see me in a year.
Will indeed to that.
Cheers. Slàinte.
And we will go back and see her in a year. She's doing okay right now. She is a remarkable, remarkable woman, and we thank her, if she's watching, for telling her story with such eloquence and bravery.